This is a new day. This is a new day full of sound, light, and expectation. This day has been waiting for you. This day has been awaiting, especially for you, to embrace you, to guide you. This day has been waiting with open arms just for you. This is the day we have been given. Let's not waste it. Come now and let us worship together.
When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we trust the wisdom of each of us, every color, every creed and kind, when we see our faces in each other's eyes, and our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we tell our story from deep inside, and we listen with a loving mind, and we hear our voices in each other's words, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we share the silence of sacred space, and the God of our hearts stirs within, and we feel the power of each other's faith, and our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place.
The family of an inmate who died in New York's Rikers Island prison Friday is blaming his death on overcrowding and inhumane conditions in New York. Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Youngstown. Unitarian Universalism is here in this community and has been for 100 years. Come, whoever you are welcome here. Whatever your beliefs, your faith traditions, or your political affiliations, you are welcome here. No matter your age, your size, the color of your eyes, your hair, your skin, you are welcome here. No matter whom you love, or how you speak, or whatever your abilities, you are welcome here. Whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears in your eyes, you are welcome here. If you come here with an open mind, a loving heart, and willing hands, then you are indeed welcome here. And no matter where you are from, whether you're from Youngstown, Cleveland, West Virginia, Florida, Santa Barbara, anywhere in the country, anywhere around the world, joining us live today or later on YouTube or Facebook, you are welcome here. There are a couple of announcements I wish to highlight today. On Sunday, October the 31st, from 1 to 5 p.m., there will be a rally to encourage civic engagement and participation in the 2021 general election. Join us for Souls to the Polls at the Mahoning County Boards of Election. Also today, right after the service, and as soon as I can get over to the church, join us for today for Art on the Patio at 1 p.m. Come and create something beautiful with us to keep or to give away.
We believe that faith is a journey we take together. Religious education takes a lifetime. It happens both within and beyond our congregation's walls. We support one another as individuals, families, and communities in an ongoing search for truth and meaning. We strive to guide one another, all ages among us, in religious questioning, personal change, and discovering ways to better live in faith. And so we come to love generously, seek truth, and serve the world. We come today to explore the theme of small group ministry. We come to hear stories and to sing with one another songs in our hearts. And so we come together as a community with minds that are open and hearts that are ready to receive.
Good morning. I've been instructed that a chalice lighting ought to be a personal reflection on the worship theme. So to prepare, I asked myself, how does being a part of a group deepen my life? Like most everyone, I'm a part of a number of groups. In my community concert band, we share a common mission of preparing music together and then offering concerts. That common goal is the thread that holds us together. It's a fulfilling, creative endeavor, as well as lots of fun. But though we think of each other as family, our relationships only go so far. I think of my extended family as a group. We are held together by tradition, history, and a good measure of baggage. But though we instantly rebond in many ways when we meet after long absences, we don't see each other often enough anymore to really build the kind of trust needed to go deeper. For the past several years, I've been meeting with my UUYO friends, Anita Wessler and Linda Moan, along with our dear friend Janice, to spend regular time together every week or so to write, and then we share our pieces. Our Four Friends writing group allows us the opportunity to support each other's journeys, to listen and reflect, and to feel safe. We definitely go deep, and our structure, as well as our commitment to support each other, listen to our stories, and unconditionally respect each other, has enriched my life immensely. And of course, all of you here at UUYO are a part of another significant group of mine. Our traditions and congregational structures bind us together. Many of us have watched each other grow up and grow old. And though we've stayed connected via Zoom, I long to be in the same room, preferably the sanctuary, with my UUYO peeps. As people of a shared faith, we have the opportunity to build deep relationships with each other, to trust one another and be trusted, to hold each other and to be held, to truly know each other and to be known. We light this chalice. We light this chalice with the hope of cultivating deep and meaningful relationships.
Our story today comes from the Akan people of Western Africa and features a character called Anansai. He often takes the shape of a spider and is sometimes considered to be a god of all knowledge of stories. Why wisdom is everywhere. There once was a spider named Anansai. He had all of the wisdom in the entire world. The wisdom was given to him by a sky god named Naomi, and the wisdom was kept in a pot. Naomi had told Anansai that he had to share the wisdom. He looked into the pot and learned many things, like how to hunt and gather food, and how to be nice and good to his family and friends. Anansai did not want to share the amazing knowledge he found. I am going to hide this wisdom at the top of a tree, far away from everyone, Anansai declared. I will be the only one with wisdom in the entire world. Anansai pushed and pulled his pot of wisdom for several days until he arrived. Anansi had arrived at the perfect tree, which happens to be in my yard. So Anansi climbed the tree, carrying the pot. Anansi was having a little trouble carrying the pot up the tree. It did, after all, contain all the wisdom of the world. Then Anansi's son, Intakuma, saw his father struggling up the tree. He called up to Anansi, "Hey, father," Intakuma said, "you should tie the pot to your back. That would make it easier to climb up the tree." This made Anansi angry at Intakuma. So angry that he began to slip. Anansi screamed in anger, "I am the one who has all the wisdom, and why does someone younger than I have a better idea and more sense?" Anansi was so angry that he threw the pot down to the ground. The pot broke and wisdom flew everywhere. All the people and animals picked up this wisdom and shared it with their family and friends and neighbors. Because everyone picked up pieces of wisdom and spread it around, not one single being has all the wisdom. Because of Anansi and Intakuma, wisdom is everywhere. The end.
Please join me in reciting our covenant. Love is the spirit of our church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. October is National Substance Abuse Prevention Month, so we are dedicating this month's Give Away the Plate to Ohio Can, Mahoning County. Ohio Change Addiction Now, Mahoning County's mission is to embrace, educate, and empower those whose lives have been impacted by substance abuse. Though the pandemic slowed things down, recently they have held educational community events, including an event at UUYO in recognition of International Overdose Awareness Day. The event remembered those lost to overdose and gave the community an opportunity to respectfully memorialize their loved ones. Some of Ohio Can Mahoning County's ongoing activities include the Blessing Bag Project, which provides necessary personal hygiene products, hats, gloves, socks, and a new throw blanket to individuals in recovery housing. They also provide individuals who are moving out of recovery housing with new and gently used household items, all free of charge. And Ohio Can Mahoning County provides diapers and other items on a monthly basis to parents in recovery. There is never a time of year when there is not a need. All of Ohio Can Mahoning County's activities are possible only because of the generous donations and support of organizations and individuals in the community like UUYO. Thank you.
Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me, oh my soul. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me, oh my soul. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me, oh my soul. Comfort me. Comfort me. Comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me. Comfort me. Comfort me, oh my soul.
Parker Palmer is a Quaker author and educator who offers wisdom on community and spirituality. These 3 short readings of his are included in the Starting Point program that Melissa Smith and I are currently co-facilitating. I took comfort and strength from those few people who neither fled from me nor tried to save me, but were simply present to me. Their willingness to be present revealed their faith that I had the inner resources to make this treacherous trek, quietly bolstering my faltering faith. It's not about what you say. It's about creating a space where every person can hear, discover, and listen to their own voice. A circle of trust is a group of people who know how to sit quietly in the woods with each other and wait for the shy soul to show up. In such a space, we are free to hear our own truth, touch what brings us joy, become self-critical about our faults, and take risky steps toward change, knowing that we will be accepted no matter what the outcome.
We would be one as now we join in singing our hymn of love to pledge ourselves anew to that high cause of greater understanding of who we are and what in us is true. We would be one in living for each other to show to all a new community. We would be one in building for tomorrow a nobler world than we have known today. We would be one in searching for for that meaning which binds our hearts and points us on our way. As one we pledge ourselves to greater service, with love and justice strive to make us free.
We are one, a diverse group of proudly kindred spirits, here not by coincidence, but because we choose to journey together. We are active and proactive. We care deeply. We live our love as best we can. We are one, working, eating, laughing, playing, singing, storytelling, sharing, and rejoicing, getting to know each other, taking risks, opening up, questioning, seeking, searching, trying to understand, struggling, making mistakes, paying attention, asking questions, listening, living our answers, learning to love our neighbors, learning to love ourselves, apologizing and forgiving with humility, and being forgiven through grace, creating the beloved community together. We are one. Today I'm going to tell you all about small group ministry. Unitarian Universalist small group ministry and covenant groups emerged in the late 1900s. Peter Bowden, co-founder of the Unitarian Universalist Small Group Ministry Network, defines small group ministry as a way of doing church, which strives to deepen and expand the ministry of a congregation using an intentional system of lay-led small groups. Small group ministry continues to be a vital part of UU congregations, with about 70% of Unitarian Universalist congregations including this as an integral part of doing church. Congregations use various names for their groups, such as small group ministry, covenant groups, chalice circles, heart to heart, etc. Small group ministry focuses on the structure and mission. Covenant states that the groups work in an intentionally relational manner. Both the ministry and the covenant are essential. Now, before we get to the really important point of why you would want to become involved in small group ministry, I'll share with you a brief description of what the groups include. Basic elements of small group ministry. 3 agreements between the groups and the congregations as a whole are suggested. To abide by a set of relationship ground rules, frequently called a covenant. This includes ways to listen and be heard. To welcome new members to the group or to the program overall, keeping the groups open to new people and new ideas. To engage in service to the congregation and the larger world. This helps the group deepen its internal relationships, increases the connection with the congregation, and gives from the abundance of the group experience. Leadership has 2 functions which can be done by one person or shared. The group leaders are chosen and trained by the ministers or designated lay leadership as shared ministry. Group leaders meet with the minister or lay leadership for spiritual support, enhancing group development and awareness of new resources. The session facilitator leads a meeting of the group using basic facilitation skills and assists with the upholding of the model during the meeting. This can be done by one person or rotated with the group. The session plan is a guide and a springboard for discussion. The standard format includes an opening that introduces but does not guide the topic, A check-in during which each person briefly shares about such questions as, what's most on your mind today? Or how is it with your spirit today? Readings on the topic. A time for the focus or theme of the meeting with sharing from personal stories and learning from listening to others, rather than wanting others to agree with the perspective. The checkout, likes and wishes, gives opportunity for each person to say how the session was for them. A closing reading. So, why small group ministry? Small group ministry helps build community and provides opportunities for deeper relationships. About 12 years ago, while working for the UU Church of Tucson, Arizona, I met Kathy Wilczek. Kathy had joined a covenant circle group that I was leading. Kathy was vibrant, compassionate, always willing to share, and often annoying. Over the next couple of years, Kathy continued in the covenant circle program, always in whatever group I was leading. As she became more comfortable with the process, she eventually became what we call a facilitator of her own group. She ended up being a great leader. She also became my good friend. This happened pretty much on the first day when I shared that my daughter had let our young female cat out of the house and that the cat was now going to have kittens. Kathy blurted out, "I want one," completely against the covenant that we shared in our group about how we were to communicate. But that started our friendship. When the kittens, Scotty, Kirk, Bones, and Spock, were born, Kathy visited her special kitty, Bones, at least 3 times each week and bonded not only with the cat, but with my entire family. She loved playing cards with my son Jimmy, and they both had a thing for Seinfeld. Following that first year, we had dinner, went to movies, went on trips, and shared holidays together, along with her husband Otto. We did service work together, feeding the hungry and helping the homeless. We shared good times and bad, including the passing of my kitty Spock and my move away from Tucson. Kathy was able to come and visit me in Los Angeles a few years ago. I invited her to come and do an art show at my congregation in Santa Monica. She did some beautiful pieces. We also talked on the phone often about the state of the world and tried to solve many world problems. Kathy died a couple of months ago before being able to come and see me here in Ohio. My bedroom is decorated with many of her paintings. I call my room Where the Desert Meets the Sea. Now, why do I tell you about Kathy? I tell you because my relationship with Kathy and the other relationships that Kathy developed with many others within and beyond the church are a testament to what small group ministry can do. Peter Bowden says, at the heart of healthy congregations and life world-changing ministries, we find strong relationships, engagement with meaningful issues, leadership and leadership development, and inspired action. Small group ministry contains all 4 of these elements. The power and the promise of small group ministry are intimacy, ultimacy, and growth. Intimacy or connection. Intimacy is increased depth of relationship that comes from meeting over time, willingness and ability to listen without comment or advice, to learn from others, and to share from the soul beyond the surface. Reverend Peter Morales says this about connection. Spirituality is impossible to define and difficult to describe. For me, it feels like connection to myself, to others around me, to the earth, and all of creation. Connection to myself feels like deep peace, awareness, authenticity. Connection to others feels like compassion, community, acceptance, and enduring love. Spirituality is not an idea, it is an experience. When I experience connection, dividing lines disappear. Inner conflict gives way to integrity. The line that separates my individuality from others fades. We become one. I find connection with my deepest self in times of solitary practice and reflection. I find connection with others and community, often in worship. Ultimacy is the opportunity for deeper spiritual exploration and search for meaning, the opportunity to consider life issues. Ultimacy focuses on meaning and significance rather than details, information, or outcome. Growth is the process of deep listening and sharing. Participants learn and practice a different way of being together and of developing leadership. Small group ministry provides opportunities to grow leaders and the potential to grow churches in numbers and in generosity, cooperation, and sense of well-being. This growth occurs when people are connected. Another benefit of small group ministry is nurturing a sense of belonging, one of our basic human needs. William R. Bradford writes, "Within each of us there is an intense need to feel that we belong. This feeling of unity and togetherness comes through the warmth of a smile, a handshake, or a hug, through laughter and unspoken demonstrations of love. It comes in the quiet, reverent moments of soft conversation and in listening." In our groups, like covenant circles or heart-to-heart groups, such as the one at the UU Church of Santa Monica, participants share in a circle without interrupting, without crosstalk, and without feedback. This is a very intentional way of listening. It is uncomfortable at first and can seem a little awkward, but it is all part of the covenant that we agree to when we join the group. True belonging, says Brene Brown, is not passive. It's not the belonging that comes with just joining a group. It's not fitting in or pretending or selling out because it's safer. It's a practice that requires us to be vulnerable, get uncomfortable, and learn how to be present with people without sacrificing who we are. We want true belonging, but it takes tremendous courage to knowingly walk into hard moments. In our groups, we get to talk about things we do not have the opportunity to talk about elsewhere. Let's try this. I want you to think of a response to this question. Describe a time when you have felt lost. Now, I want you to think about it for a minute. I will sound a bell when the time is up. What came up for you? Did you think of a time when you were actually lost? Maybe in a mall, a park, or a long road somewhere out in the middle of nowhere? Did you think of the time when you did not know what school to go to or what job to take? Did you maybe think about when a friend or a loved one was hurting or dying? and you did not know what to do. Sometimes the sharing is hard. Sometimes it brings us unhappy memories. Sometimes it brings us hope and new revelations for our own life or for others in the group. This is the ministry part of small group ministry. It is the process or act of caring or being present with one another. This relates to the spiritual as well as the physical and emotional well-being of the group participants. Often, involvement leads to transformation for individuals and entire congregations. Skills and practices from the individual groups carry into other parts of church life. Starting and ending committee meetings with the lighting of a chalice or pausing for check-in and check-out adds the relational aspect to what we do within congregational life. There's increased listening and communication beyond the groups, such as at congregational meetings. We begin to see and hear each other with a new perspective, and we take that into our wider world, with our relationships at home, at work, at school. By learning, discovering new perspectives, and working toward deeper understanding of ourselves, one another, and our world, we become part of a greater whole, working for peace and justice. The church is not a place, it is a people. The church is not only a steeple above the tree-lined streets and cars. Rather, it is a people proclaiming to the world that we are here for the work of healing and of justice. The church is not walls built stone upon stone, held together by mortar, but rather person linked with person linked with person, all ages, all genders, and abilities. A community built on the foundation of reason, faith, and love. The church is not just a set of doors open on Sunday morning, but the commitment day after day and moment after moment of our hearts creaking open the doors of welcome to the possibility of new experience and radical welcome. The church is not simply a building, a steeple, a pew. The church is the gathering together of all the people and experiences and fear and love and hope in our resilient hearts, gathering however we can to say to the world, welcome, come in, lay down your heartache, and pick up hope and love. For the church is us, each and every one of us, together, a beacon of hope to this world that so sorely needs it. I Want to Be with People by Dana Worsnop. Often, people say that they love coming to a place with so many like-minded people.
I know just what they're getting at, and I know that they
Like
aren't
we
getting
are
it.
stimulated and encouraged, where the process is open and democratic, where our interdependence with all life on earth is recognized and honored, and where the transforming power of love and respect is acknowledged. I believe that we can do this through small group ministry. Watch for sign-up opportunities coming in December. Now I have another question for you. Who do you want to be with during this one precious life? Now we're going to start all over. I Want to Be with People by Dana Worsnop. Often people say that they love coming to a place with so many like-minded people.
I know just what they're getting at, and I know that they aren't getting it quite right. I don't want to be with a bunch of people who think just like me. I want to be in a beloved community where I don't have to think like everyone else to be loved, to be eligible for salvation.
I want to be with people who value compassion, justice, love, and truth. Though they have different thoughts and opinions about all sorts of things, I want to be with independent-minded people of good heart.
I want to be with people who have many names and no name at all for God. I want to be with people who see me in my goodness and dignity, who also see my failings and still love me.
I want to be with people who feel their interconnectedness with all existence and let it guide their footfalls upon the earth. I want to be with people who see life as a paradox and don't always rush to resolve it.
I want to be with people who are willing to walk the tightrope that is life and who will hold my hand as I walk mine.
I want to be with people who let church call them into a different way of being in the world. I want to be with people who support, encourage, and even challenge each other to higher and more ethical living.
I want to be with people who inspire one another to follow the call of the Spirit. I want to be with people who covenant to be honest, engaged, and kind, who strive to keep their promises and hold me to the promises I make.
I want to be with people who give of themselves, who share their hearts and minds and gifts. I want to be with people who know that human community is often warm and generous, sometimes challenging, and almost always a grand adventure.
In short, I want to be with people like you.
Be good to you and take care of you. Shake loose of those self-help blues. You got a lot of living to do, so don't be giving up on you. Sometime the stars and the moon gonna play a trick on you. But I will try to believe what you tell me, and I will try to be true to myself, 'cause I'm as free as I ever will be. So don't be trying so hard, and don't be feeling discarded. Just let that love surround, 'cause there's a whole lot there, there's a whole lot waiting to be shared. Just let that love surround. And I will try to believe what you tell me, and I will try to be true to myself, 'cause I'm as free as I ever will be. But where do I begin? Is there God within? Sometimes I'm not so sure. So won't you teach to me, just keep it simple, please. Would you help a friend who's feeling low? Just help a friend who's feeling low. Be good to you and take care of you.
Please join me in the spirit of meditation and prayer. This is a holy place. Whether we are together in a building or gathered online, it is the coming together in the spirit of love and compassion that makes this place holy. This is a place of connection and a place of becoming. It is a place where we come together to make and be with our friends, to make deep connections. May we honor this place and treasure each moment together. May we work always to understand and love one another more, to accept one another in all of our splendor and with all of our shortcomings. May we continue to seek truth and bring light into this world, this holy place.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, nor the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
We leave this gathered community, but we don't leave our connection, our concerns, our care for each other. Our service to each other, to the world, and to our faith continues. Until we are together again, friends, be strong, be well, be true, be loving. And as you depart, please remember the one great truth. You are loved and never truly alone.
Sing out praises for the journey, pilgrims we who carry on, searchers in the soul's deep yearnings, like our forefathers and their time. We seek out the Spirit's wholeness in the endless human quest. Look inside your souls, the kindling of the heart fire, pilgrims new. Find the Spirit all Find it in each mind and heart. Touch and hold that ancient yearning, kindling for a newfound truth.
Don't forget to join us today for our